I lost 10 kilograms in 6 weeks by following just one single rule. And this is the step-by-step process of how I did it. It took me 9 months to figure this out, so I hope I can save you those 9 months of your life in as little time as possible. So let's dive into it. First of all, if you just follow this one rule, you will lose weight. However, there are many extra scientifically backed steps I also took to significantly speed up the process. Like just sleeping consistently for 8 hours every night. It turned out it was one of the best things I did for my weight loss journey. Now, I'm not going to keep you waiting any longer, so let's dive into the simple steps needed to follow this rule. And feel free to pause the video to follow the steps along with me. The first step of the rule is to go to calculator.net and find the Calorie Calculator. You can also just click the first link in the description. Then you simply enter your information into the boxes. For our purposes, I'm going to use an average 25-year-old man in the United States to show you how the site works. I'm also going to assume that this guy doesn't exercise, but walks 10 minutes every day to work. So I will select the light activity level. Let's hit calculate. Here we can see that if this man eats 2,596 calories per day, then he will maintain his current weight. What we want to look at is these three numbers. The second step of the rule is to pick one of these three numbers. The number I picked when I lost 10 kilograms in 6 weeks was that I went a little below the extreme weight loss. You should not do that. I repeat, in no way, shape, or form do I recommend going below the extreme weight loss number. It is not sustainable and comes with a bunch of health risks. It is crucial to pick a sustainable number. Think about it this way. Would you rather lose weight quickly but only keep it off for 3 months, or lose weight at an average speed and keep it off for the rest of your life? I think 99% of people would choose to keep the weight off for the rest of their lives. Because here's a harsh truth. No one cares if you lose weight for 3 months. They only care if you manage to keep it off for a long period of time. So if you are just slightly overweight, then I would pick the weight loss number. However, if you are very overweight, obese, and have struggled with food addiction in the past, then I would pick the mild weight loss number. I would also look into improving your mental health through meditation and gratitude journaling, or just researching and finding methods that work for you. You can criticize me all you want, but I believe that obesity is not a problem. I believe it is a symptom of poor mental health. I don't know any mentally stable, happy person who has a food addiction. So unless someone presents me with some undeniable evidence, I will keep believing that. Anyway, the third step of the rule is to pick a way to track your calories. You could use an app like MyFitnessPal or a notebook, or you can do what I did and use the calculator app on your phone. Now, it's time for the fourth and final step, but make sure to stick around for ways to accelerate your weight loss. The last step you need to take is to simply track your calories religiously. Do not consume one single calorie without tracking it. Become obsessed. If you eat a single Dorito, you will track it. If you just chew some gum, you will track those 5 calories. I know this sounds weird, but if you become obsessed, then you will identify yourself as someone who is losing weight, not someone who is trying to lose weight. Average people get average results, and average people do not track every single calorie. Now, you might be thinking, when are you going to talk about foods I can and cannot eat? And the answer to that question is never. Because that is the beautiful thing about this method. When I started doing this, I promised myself I could eat whatever I wanted as long as I never ever went over my caloric limit. But once I did that, I noticed something. Unhealthy food contains a crazy amount of calories, and they don't make you satisfied for a long time. Obviously, I didn't want to be hungry every day, so I began researching foods that would make me feel full for a long time. That's when I discovered the satiety index. The only thing you need to know about the index is that foods that rank high on the list are incredibly filling compared to their calorie counts. So I took a look at the list and began eating items off of the list. Oatmeal with with a good amount of honey became the standard breakfast for me, and rice became the standard side for my dishes. Add some cooking videos from YouTube, and all of a sudden I was eating delicious food that kept me satisfied for hours, and the weight loss journey began to feel so much easier. I was no longer starving myself because I ate some high sugar cereal which took 40% of my calorie budget. So to lose weight, find your daily caloric limit, track every single calorie you consume, and never go over the limit. Now, how can we accelerate the weight loss journey? Let's start a lightning round. Number 1, I already mentioned this, but sleep every day for 8 hours. For losing weight, it is seriously more important than exercising and is the most important factor, only second to staying within your caloric limit. Number 2, if you do go over your caloric limit, then you have 2 valid options. Number 1 is you can make up for it over the next few days. Let's say I went 250 calories over my limit. Then I can simply eat 50 calories less during the next 5 days, and then my weekly calories will stay the same. The second option is to just forget about it and move on. If you are consistent, then you will lose the weight anyway, and it won't matter. If you go over the limit, you are not a failure. You just went over the limit one time. As long as you don't let that one mistake define your weight loss journey, you're gonna be fine. Number 3, don't waste calories on drinks. Leaving as much of the calorie budget for food that will make you feel satisfied increases the chances of staying consistent. So just drink water or 0-calorie soda. There are plenty of options. Number 4, find light exercise in everyday life. You burn about 3 calories for every flight of stairs you walk up. If you weigh 75 kilograms, then you burn about 75 calories for every kilometer you walk. It might not seem like a lot, but at the end of the day, would you rather lose an extra 100 calories every day or not? Especially when the price is a tiny bit of discomfort for a short time. Number 5, exercising will obviously accelerate your weight loss journey by a lot, especially weightlifting. If you need help with getting consistent in the gym, then you can always just DM me in our SKOOL community. It is currently free, but it won't stay that way forever. So if you want lifetime free access to it, then join now. You can also watch this video I made on how to become addicted to the gym if you need help with consistency. I will see you there. Like, subscribe, and see you soon.